What up, baby? Listen, right? A lot of times in life, they say the best way to learn something often is to try to teach it. So if you ever see me up here, if you ever interact with me, right? I'm teaching you stuff that I'm also trying to learn. That's why personal development is so profitable. Because the best way to learn something is to actually try to teach it. So if you're trying to become better, if you're trying to retain information, putting together entire presentations based on that information will help you to retain it better, right? So this is me practicing for me, but for you on how to be the creator of your life. So you are the creator of your life, whether you are consciously or subconsciously creating your life. In every waking moment of being, your I am is the co-creative force in your life. The law of attraction, right, as a law of physical relationship is like attract like. So you as an I am attract into your life the things that you are definite that are associated with that. You say it all the time. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that it was going to turn out that way. Because you knew it, it turned out that way. What if, when you are being definite, when you are consciously creating your I am, is when you are consciously being the creator of your life. When you are saying I am, and you are the one controlling it. When it's what you want to be, when it's what you want to do, when it's what you want to accomplish. When you are definite in your own I am, you are the creator of your life. That is manifestation, right? Is that through your own I am, through your own definiteness of being, you are able to create and manifest the experiences that you want to experience on this plane of existence and experience, right? This is what I've concluded, right, on how to be the creator of your life. It's through scientific being, right? So I want you to imagine a possibility of being, right? Like you are the creator of your life when you are the master of your I am. Because I am is all there is. For any existence is binary. For existence is binary, it's either something exists or it doesn't exist. For anything to exist, it needs a space to exist within. Within anything that exists is the potential and the possibility to become aware of its own existence. That potential and possibility to become aware exists as self-preservation. At the brink of its own existence, that possibility of being will begin a spiraling upward process. But it is through self-definition, through self-reflection, through self-identification, through self-expression, that the existence will be able to manifest and create its own experiences. How to be the creator of your life. All of your life starts with mindset. Your life will be a determinant about what you determine is possible, determined about what you think is possible for you as an I, as your thinking self in terms of I know I can do that, right? The job that you have is based on what you know you can do. So the first step to be the creator of your life is to master your mind. Your mind is the driving focus of possibility for you. How do you do that? It's all 3-step process. Step 1 is you have to identify your fear. Fear is the biggest inhibitor of possibility because it tells you to focus on everything you don't have instead of letting you focus on what you want, what you can do to accomplish what it is that you want. Fear is false, completely false, unless it's related to danger. Right now, I could be saying, I'm afraid of public speaking, or I'm afraid that I'm not going to do well. Unless the fear is related to a life or death situation, it is completely irrelevant, right? The only time fear serves you any good is in life or death situation. As a kid that grew up in North Philly, that been in some life or death situations, I can tell you those moments of fear, that adrenaline when I'm not able to think is when that fear is most useful. But if you can think and be afraid, you aren't really in a life or death situation, right? If you're in a life or death situation, you don't got time to be thinking. So when you are trying to accomplish something, fear will feel like, oh, I can't do that. I'm not good at that. I'm not a math person. I'm not that type of person. Again, fear doesn't always look like, oh, well, I'm afraid. It looks like something, you've given yourself an excuse not to try something new, not to do something challenging, not to stretch yourself in some capacity because you're going to be uncomfortable, right? So identifying your fears is the first step to mastering your mindset. We are wired and programmed to fear things that we don't know, that we don't experience, that we don't see on a day-to-day basis. So first step of mastering your mindset is to identify all the little things that are related to fear. I'm not that type of person. I'm not good at that. My question to you would be, how often have you practiced it? How often have you tried to do? Do you want to do that? If that's something you want to do, then go and get better at it. But if it's not, then all right, then you can say that it's not that you're not good at it, it's just that you just haven't practiced it yet. Identify your fears. So that's recognize that fear is false unless it's related to growth. If there is no danger, right, related to the fear, fuck fear. Do it anyway. Second part of mastering your mindset is committing to growth. After you identify your fears, you're going to start doing things that are new, that are challenging, that are difficult. So you doing those things are going to require a commitment to becoming a new version of you. It's not just going to be, oh, I'm going to identify my fears and go out here and become the best at it. No, the reality of it is where you're starting is from a place of becoming. Identifying your fears, recognizing that it's false and starting it. Now you committed to growing through and learning and refining and becoming better. And you do that by choosing challenges, right? You don't get, my cousin told me this quote. She said it was a little girl she was babysitting, but she told her, Nakia, there is no growth in the comfort zone and there is no comfort in the growth zone, right? So when you are committed to growth, you have to recognize that the only time that you get better at anything is when there's a little bit of struggle or resistance, right? Strength only comes through struggle. It is through that resistance. It is through that perseverance. It is through that commitment to getting through it that gets you, that makes you better, that improves you, that allows you to become the version of you that accomplishes that which you know that you can accomplish. And that's that commitment to growth, right? So identify your fears, right? Commit to growth. Through identifying your fears, committing to your growth, you get to claim your I am. Your I am is your God name. That is your creative force. Anything that you put after I am and you are definite about, you will manifest in your life. If you say I am happy right now and you are definite in your own I amness, you would be happy and you will attract things that make you happy. If things don't make you happy, you will remove yourself from those things. Identifying your fears and to committing to growth, to becoming, to living, to persevering through whatever it takes to become that version of you, you're able to claim whatever I am. Why? Because you know that fear won't stop you and you know that you're committed to growth. If you're not there now, it's a matter of yet. You are ever in a state of yearning, evolutionary transformation. And as long as you stay in that state, which is the growth mindset state, Carol Dweck, in her work, she defined mindset as either being fixed or growth. Fixed mindset is either it is or it isn't. Growth mindset means I can grow, I can become better, it's this matter of yet. And so the whole master your mindset is based on you having a growth mindset, a mindset of yet, of yearning, evolutionary transformation, where if you aren't there now, it's because you aren't there yet. You're in the process of becoming, and you aren't letting fear stop you. You're committed to growth. So whatever you've been going through, whatever you went through recently, you're going to keep going through and keep getting better too, because you're I am. I am that I am. I am strong. I am intelligent. I am capable. I am that which I say I am, right? So that's the first part of how to be the creator of your life, is mastering your mindset. That's the I, right? That's the thinking self. You have to know, you have to be able to think that life is a possibility for you to even go after it. If you don't think it's possible, you will never go after it. So that's first step, right? Mastering your mindset. Now you got the I part. Manifestation is a two-part creation. It's the I and the end, the experience, the manifestation of the experience. So that I is the mind. Am is the passion, the marketing your passion. You have to take what you actually love to do, the thing that you love to talk about, and how you actually love to express yourself. There's a way that you love to just express yourself. For some of us, it's talking. For some of us, it's writing. For some of us, it's dancing. Some of, like when you get food and you can't help yourself. You just gotta, you know what I'm saying? And you get good news and you make a song. There's a natural way. There's things that you love and there's a way that you love to express yourself that you're meant to express yourself that way, right? You're meant to take that gift, that passion, that ability to relate and to express it in a way that is of service to somebody else. So you got to take your passion, right? What you love and how you love to express yourself, how you love to contribute. You love to cook, you love to clean, you love to dance. Whatever it is, take what you love and how you love to do it and make it of service. Solve one problem for somebody else. Passion plus problems equals profit. If you can take what you love to do, how you love to express yourself, and you can focus it on one problem for somebody. Who out there want to know about what you know about? Who out there want to taste what you want to cook? And you focus on that one problem, that one person. Don't worry about the people all over the world. Focus on one problem solving, one problem with that one gift that you feel, that you know that you got. And do it from a place of passion. I love doing this. I'm going to do this stuff whether they come or not. But I'm going to figure out a way to let them know, like, hey, if you looking for this, I got exactly what you need. And when you do it, when you make yourself of service, naturally, through your passion, through your willingness to serve, through your ambition, through your enthusiasm, and you focusing on being of service, who out there is going to need this? Who out there is going to use this? Who out there is going to connect with this? You create the divine manifestation of experience, the I am. What's the point of having a gift if you don't share it with the people that's going to benefit from it the most? And so that's what that is, right? Master your mindset, market your passion. Take what you love, how you love to express yourself, and put it out. And you had to master your mindset first, because there's going to be a lot of fear in doing that. Oh, I'm not that type of person. I got to get in front of the camera. That's fear. I don't have the da-da-da-da. That's fear. I haven't done it yet. You're not committed to growth. Claim your I am, right? If you in your mind and you have the right mindset of growth, of committed to, of claiming your I am, of being the final authority over your identity, marketing your passion becomes effortless. It's who you naturally are. You feel called to do something with that gift that you have. The message, the book, the song, the meal, whatever it is, you feel called by a divine force to connect to people, to make an impact with that gift. So do it. Take what you love. Take your quirkiness. You love bacon and anime. You love baseball and freaking comic books. Whatever it is, take what you love and how you love to express yourself. You love to cook. You love to clean. You love to sing. You love to dance. You love to write. Combine it. Do it. And do it purely for the sake of the one person solving one problem for the people out there. I promise you, when you are doing it, how you're going to feel about you. It is all about the I am experience. And when I say profit, it may not, like, I want you to think about profit as more than just profit of monetary gain. I'm talking profit of the spirit. People will tell you, I needed that. That's exactly what I was looking for. You will feel the profit of fulfillment, the profit of feeling like I'm here for a reason. Everything that I went through was for a reason. That suffering, that separation, that lack, that doubt that I went through, it all makes sense now. Now, my story will help this person not go through that. That person that I connected with, that stranger that was impacted by what I was able to do, it makes sense that's why I went through all that suffering. And that profit will be allowed for you to manifest your purpose. Manifestation is all about an experience of I am. It's an experience of self-fulfillment. I am that I am. And that manifestation is one of definiteness. You can manifest the experience of you being whatever version of you that you define yourself to be in your own definiteness. But it takes a while for you to believe it. It takes a while for you to believe that what you want is a definite possibility. it takes a while for your desire to get to a point to where it's definite. And when it does, it manifests the experience as definitely, right? And we know, so I know I'm kind of all over the place, but the definite possibility and the definite desire is manifestation law, right? Every single possibility of being exists as potential of being, right? As a singular possibility of being, M-I. And this M and I is the thought, the desire and the thought to be, right? And this potential exists in space and is acted upon at the brink of its existence. Self-preservation kicks in, and this potential spirals up and it becomes, can I be? What would it be like to be? And how would it feel to be? At the third question, there's a separation between thought and desire. Desire as am, the mother, the womb of self, the magnetic force that's always driving upward towards center. The father, the thinking, the electric force always downward driving towards center, trying to converge back onto each other. But they got to go through that process of thought going through the I think, right? I know, I must be. Desire going through the same process. I want, I will, I must be. They are reemerged at the I must be, split from the I must be, reemerged after going through and being refined and being thought over and over again of the thought going, I think I can, I think I know I can, I must be that which I know I can be. Desire going through that, I want to, I will one day, I must be that version of me. When they are aligned, resonance of experience is manifested. That is definite manifestation. It's no longer I think and I want. It's no longer I will and I know. It's I must be that version of me that I know that I can be. In this question of being, in this potential, is a singular identity of being. A singular identity. But it has to go on the journey of becoming. From am I to I am. From I am to I am that. From I am that to I am that I am. Fully realized, fully identified, fully expressed. It's a journey of becoming that we go through daily, but it is through definiteness. And that's your power in your I am. You don't have to go through the I think I know, I want, I will. If you decide right now, I must be that version of me, now it's a wrap. And whatever comes along with that life, whatever responsibilities, whatever burdens, whatever things that you got to do to show up, you are going to do it. Not because you want to, not because you have to, but because that is who you are. I am that I am. And if you can be definite in your own I am, you are the creator of your life. You are. I am that I am. I am. I am. Through mindset, through passion, through purpose. Through purpose, you know and you feel called to do something. You feel called to write. You feel called to speak. You feel called to share, to impact, to change the world. And you keep waiting on somebody to give you permission. You have permission from the source of creation itself in your divinity as an I am. That is your singular, that is your presence of awareness in existence, in the space of existence with infinite possibilities of to be. Of the I ams, of all of the infinite I ams that exist in the universe, you can access it. I want you to close your eyes in this moment and just be your I am. Don't be your identity. Don't be your name. Don't be your race. Don't be whatever you were before. I want you to just be your infinite I am. And I want you to just be the final authority for your I am and to say, I am. And I want you to be self-defined in this moment, because in this moment, I am so happy and grateful right now. Just to be, just to exist in this space of existence, in this singular space that is my own existence. That is my space. In this space, I'm connected to everything in space, above me, around me, beneath me, below me, inside of me. We are all the same. The space that I'm touching of the ground and the dog sleeping next to me as she's snoring on my foot. I am so happy and grateful that I am. that I am, that I exist, that I'm aware of my own existence, that I get to express my existence through a known being of existence, that I have the utility to express my existence in an awareness that is vibrating and resonating with people and other existences in places that I can't even see. And I'm aware of it. And I'm aware of the gift to experience the thoughts, the ideas, the concepts of being as more than just concepts. I am that I am as a father. I know what it means to be that as more than just an idea, but a lived concept, the good and the bad, the hard and the easy. And I'm grateful that I get to know and I get to test and I get to prove myself in existence beyond this. When I open my eyes, I can move and create that which I decide to be possible for me through my own definition. If I say I'm a writer, if I say I'm a singer, if I say I'm a dancer, I can be that. I'm a dancer, baby. I'm a singer. I can be any of that in any of my self-defined way through my own freedom of being in my space. My space. And there's a space that I exist in that little bit of space. If there was only that space of existence, it would be nothing else that I would be grateful for. If it was just that space, if it was just this space of existence, if it was just this darkness, if it was just this, I would ask for nothing more. But I get to. I'm here. I get to see it. I got the internet. Got cameras and shit. I got a little whiteboard. I got a dog. There's food all in my refrigerator. I'm about to go food shopping. People ain't got no money. That's it. That's it. And from there, from here, in this present moment, as an I am, there's an infinite amount of being that I can expect to be in the next moment. That if I am, I can be self-defined. I am free. I am free to be me. Free as the bird is to be a bird, and as the tree is to be a tree. I am free, prosperity free. I am free, burden free, worry free, doubt free, stress free, fear free. I am free. I am infinite, vast, uninhibited, unformed, unattached. I am that I am. And that is the power, that is your identity, that is my identity, that is what we are, that is what we are meant to be, that is all we will ever be. I am that. Your own definition in this moment. I want you to choose an I am that you definitely want to be. This is the I am that I want to be. This is the I am. How do you want to spend your time? There's nothing more. This is it. The experience of sharing this I amness with the world. To be the I am that decides that I am that I am. To inspire, to share, to create, to connect with every one of us. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what country you come from. I don't care what religion. You are an I am. And I see you. And you are worthy. You are beautiful. You are a unique expression of the possibility of being divine in your own expression. Because existence in itself, we exist. Like, I want you to realize that we exist right now. We are aware of our existence. That is our gift. Our consciousness is our awareness of our existence. I am. That's it. That's the thing that's separating us. And in that gift of awareness of existence, you get to marvel at fucking existence. You know that there's a sun. You know that there's look outside. Look around. Feel and be aware of life in this moment. The entire complexity. The fucking fact that your senses are receiving trillions amounts of information right now. The lights and vibrations and sounds and the necessity for the billions of us to even fucking exist. The trillions and infinite amount of cells and DNA and operations that have to be going, and you're aware of it. You're stressed. There's an infinite vast universe that you're aware of, in which literally nothing becomes entire fucking universes. Right now, there is a star 10 times the sun that is radiating, being born out of nothing. You have the capacity to turn any page, any canvas into art. Something new can be made through your voice box alone. You are manifesting the unmanifested into the manifest. Our thoughts, these words are not stored in my brain. You wouldn't be able to find them, but yet somehow I'm able to manipulate them so that you can hear what I'm saying, understand it, and to have an emotional experience if you really feeling me. That's fucking magic. It's magic. But we don't take it for granted. You can speak life over your life right now. I am going here, and you're gonna go. You're gonna do it. But you made plans for the day. You have the capacity to say, I'm going to go experience something new today and go do it. But yes, you are the creator of your life. Master your mindset, market your passion, you will manifest your purpose. It is through your own definiteness of being your I am. All right, so as an I am, this is you. So right, so am I, it starts as potential, it spirals up, 3 spins. Can I be? What would it be like to be? How would it feel to be? At the third question, there's a separation. The am is taken down to the south. That becomes the heart, the womb, the mother. The magnetic desire, driving force. I is taken up, right? That it becomes the father, the thinking, electricity, the downward driving force. They are entangled, right? Forced to come back to the center where they were once separated. But because they were separated and spinning, when they connect, when they come back, they will come back facing each other and create resonance. No longer separated, no longer two things, one whole new thing in creation, operating as one. So Terrence Howard was right? 1 times 1 does not equals 1. 1 times 1 equals something new, right? A whole new thing. A trinity of being that is a one thing. This is why we have the Holy Trinity. This is 3. Am I. This is how we have duality. Am I. It's the mother and the father. Am, mother, womb. Right? I, self, father, thinking. This is why the mother comes first, right? This is why the womb. This is why desire. This is why women are the carry the seed, right? The man is the seed, the woman is the womb. You see the parallels. This is why that is. The spiraling up, why we have the hormones. If I was a better artist, if I was a better drawer, right? It would produce a harmonic spin, and then it would be produced as I am. The I am. Right, this you as a consciousness would be a spinning tetrahedral or tetrahedral shape, right? Triangular shape anyway. Triangular shape. Light. That light would start to fractal out, and it would create what we know as the flower of life, because existence is binary. So there is nothing on the other side of existence. So at the reason why stuff is shaped in like the flower of life, that kind of soccer ball shape, is because that shape doesn't allow for any energy to escape. So the surface area on all sides is equal. So there's no area, there's no escape for the energy. So existence as itself exists as that space of existence with nowhere to escape from that existence, right? So this would be like, imagine my hand as a soccer ball. That's just existence. That would be a singular possibility of existence. And it exists within, like, there's whatever is in existence can't escape that existence. It can expand, it can stretch, but whatever's in there, it cannot escape. At the brink of its existence is when consciousness is created, because in any system that exists, self-preservation exists. So through self-preservation, MI, right, that potential to become self-aware is activated. MI, once activated, it has no limits, right? So now that singular possibility of thought can become another thought and another thought, right? So MI becomes, can I be? What would it be like to be? How would it feel to be? At the third question, coincidentally, right? The law of 3. At the third question, there's a separation from the Trinity into that duality, right? The A and the I, the mother and the father. The mother, the womb, the magnetic, the think driving force, the father, the electric, the downward driving force, right? Always operating on opposite ends. So now they're on this axis. come around, right, and spin. It would be like 3 complete spins, which would create that harmonic spin, and then it would reemerge as I am. You as I am live in the plane of existence. So the axis, the spectrum, finite possibility to infinite possibility, absence of desire to absolute desire. And then within this kind of cross, right? So you see where we get our cross from in our religion? There's realms of creation, right? So anything below the line is spiritual. That's the non-physical. Everything above this line is the line of manifestation. That's the physical reality. Definite possibility and definite desire. So this is like your dream state, your spiritual state. This is the physical manifested world. Everything above the line. And I mean that in a plane existence, because you can manifest stuff above the line, right? Like you can come up and then you can create from these different quadrants of fear, force, flow, freedom, right? So as an I am, you can create from the quadrant of fear, which is finite possibility or absent desire, force, infinite possibility, absence of desire, flow, finite possibility, absolute desire, freedom, infinite possibility, absolute desire. So as an I am, you need to focus on creating from what quadrant you're creating on, right? Fear, force, flow, freedom. We are mostly creating from force in our system, right? You know, it's an infinite possibility of jobs, of things that you can do to generate money, but you do things out of force, right? You're like, oh, I know I can go to this job, but I really don't want to go. Or you do stuff out of fear, like, all right, well, I'm afraid I'm gonna lose my house, so I gotta go do this thing. Flow is like, I'm gonna play the lottery, like I could win, you never know. Freedom is, I trust in the infinite provider of the source of creation to provide that which I know is possible in the open space of creation, and that I'm a part as a co-creator able to create and manifest the things that I want, right? And so that's from freedom. So you got your quadrants of creation, which is fear, force, flow, freedom, the kind of the axis of creation, finite possibility, infinite possibility, absence of desire, absolute. And everything above this is just I am that. So, man. So the journey is like, I gotta get a bigger board, right? But the journey of becoming is, am I am that. And then as a conscious creator, you are I am that I am. And then the infinite, the reality that we all are trying to get to is the realization that I am. You are not your body, you are not your name, you are not your identity, you are not this or that, you are I am. And as an I am, you are an infinite being of possibility to become that which you self-define. Right, in this space of existence right here, not the me that I'm expressing myself through, but the I am that exists is an infinite possibility of being. It is just I am I. I am, thus am I. Am I is the possibility to unfold, and the journey of unfolding, right, it starts through self-reflection. It starts with that question of am I, and it's continued through self-identification. I am. And then it's continued further through self-expression. I am that. And then it's continued further through self-fulfillment. Through I am that I am. And then it's in that infinite loop of becoming, which is why the Fibonacci spin never stops. Why pi never resolves itself. It is I am I. I am the answer and the question. Because I am the ability to become. I am infinite. I am aware of myself. It is my existence. And it's that detachment from form, that detachment from our identity that Christ was talking about. That's my guy. I am. Amen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, man, that's what we're talking about. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are the creator of your life. I encourage you, if you haven't already, please take a look at my book, right? Everything that I was just talking about is inside. It's a great book. I'm standing by this. I manifested, and I'm currently manifesting the life that I want to live through these same teachings. And I want you to remember that manifestation, your I am, is a living, breathing thing. It's something that you have to learn to become aware of and control on a day-to-day basis. You are actively creating your life. You are actively attracting into your life everything you want. And if you
haven't gotten the things that you want in your life. You have to remain as that I am that's in the state of attracting. You cannot become the I am that is worried, that is doubting, that is stressed, that is afraid, that is etc. You have to learn how to become so present in your own I am, in your state of expecting the infinite provider, the infinite one source to continue to provide in a way of abundance that it has since your inception of being. You were birthed into an existence in which the water you need to wash up, to wash your clothes, to drink, to bathe in, etc., is falling out of the sky. The food that you need to supplement your body, to fulfill you, to keep you I can't even think of the word, to keep you nutritiously balanced, right, is growing out of the ground. You have been provided for. The oxygen you need is abundant around you. The sun is providing heat. The moon providing movement to the ocean so that there's waves. There's a system of being that is operating in your favor right now. If you just stop and give it its true reverence, its true great gratitude, and it wants you to expect more from it, but through your own definiteness of being. Not in externalizing, I am. Not in longing for more of what is inside of you, but going inside and self-defining from what it already gave you in your being. Your brain cannot tell the difference between an imaginary and a real event. If you go inside yourself right now and say, your brain cannot tell the difference. Every chemical of endorphin, every muscle that is going to move of you imagining yourself as that will be activated. That is your power. Accept that this is where I'm supposed to be. I am. And then this dude, and you, I want you to do the same. That's why I wrote this. This is exactly why I wrote this, so that you might not be able to catch my live every day, right? I might not be on here, but you might be able to look back at this and read it and be reminded that you too have the ability to be self-defined. That's what it is. That's what it's for. And it's not me, you know what I'm saying? It's me saying to you, this is why I did it. Because I wanted to know what it was like to become. I get emotional telling this, right? I found my faith for my creator in terms of my connection to the creator God that I've always known that existed, that exists inside of me, through me, that lives through me. And it is in the space of being, it is in the space of existence itself that I found my creator. For anything to exist, it needs a space to exist within. And the space, that space of existence, thus has to exist as well. And that space, that first space, that singular possibility of existence, that was the first possibility of existence, existed alone. It existed as just the space to exist within. Within that space was everything that could become, was everything that would become, because it was space, it was malleable, it could become anything, it was infinite, and in it was the potential and possibility to be. But in the beginning it was just space, and then it recognized and it became aware through that same process. At the brink of its existence, it became aware of its own existence. Am I? Do I exist? And upon asking itself of its own existence, it started to ponder and consider what it would be like to exist as more than just existence. In that first space, it had all of the time, it had eons to dream, to imagine, to ponder, to think about every singular possibility of being. It had nowhere to go, nowhere to be, nothing to be distracted about. It just could think because it was now thinking, because it was aware of itself. And for eons, for as long as you can think of existing, it existed as just that. And in that awareness of existing as just that, it suffered. It recognized that in its thinking of all the possibilities of being, that it was just being.
And so it started to try to become more than just existence. I want you to imagine being in complete darkness in this existence and thinking about all the things that you could fucking do. I want you to think about just being able to think about talking, being able to think about just hearing. Like you're thinking, but it's not all you doing is thinking. And it would drive you crazy. In that first space, it recognized and it realized that what it was doing. And so it tried to manifest, it tried to become just one thing. Then it tried to become just one sound. And it didn't happen. No manifestation. It flickered. And it got more frustrated. And it started praying and it asked for something outside of it to come and to help it. It was hoping that maybe something else would be created that would be the solution to its problem, but it never fucking came. And from that suffering, excuse my cursing, I believe my creator cursed because I curse, but it never came. And in that frustration, in that despair, it made a decision. I will be that which I'm looking for me. I will stretch myself, I will bend, I will risk my entire existence to become the ultimate realization. The ultimate realization, the gift of existence, is that first space of existence realized and recognized that it was the space of existence itself. That every dream, that every possibility, that every imaginary thing that it had pondered of being would never be possible if there isn't a space to experience it within. That it, although it had dreamed of all the possibilities, although it had imagined it, will never be able to fully experience the embodied experience of being because it was the thing that the things would be experienced within. And so it made a sacrifice, the ultimate sacrifice, to be the space of existence for all of existence. To allow for space for any other thing, for any other possibility of existence that is willing to become aware of its own existence, to go on a journey of becoming within it. It left you enough space and enough potential and possibility to experience the infinite possibilities of being. So that when you are done being, you will return and know and give it the information. What was it like to be? What was it like to feel? What was it like to love? You know? You lost? You've loved? I gave you that gift. Now share with me the experience. That's my God. And I'm going to return back and I'm going to say, bro, that was amazing. Like the green was so fucking green and the blue and how it all came together and the way that like you gave me a mom. And she loved me, but then you gave me my dad and he nurtured, and I was afraid that I wasn't going to become, but everything was working in my favor the entire time. And whenever I was doubting and whenever I was thinking that you wasn't there, you was right there. Thank you. Thank you so much for being every second of it, every moment of it. It was more than I could ever imagine. And when I came to that realization, I did everything I could do to share it with everyone I could share it with. That your I am is the same I am that is. That you are one with the Creator when you aren't being what you are trying to be. That you are a gift of life, of awareness and existence in itself. Whatever you want to do. However you want to express yourself. Whatever you feel called to do, that was the single gift of being that the Creator left for you to be, and you said you would do it. In every single one of these possibilities of being, in every one, there's an identity of I am. Before you were, you were a possibility of being. And it was a desire and the idea of being exactly that which you are, doing exactly what you feel called to do. And you said if I ever got the chance to be, I would be all of that. But you're afraid. You doubting. You thinking that the suffering was for nothing. You thinking that the Creator would allow you to go through that and it not be for a reason. It's so that you could recognize and realize what is inside of you. That everything that you've been looking for, that the solution to every problem is in your I am. You want to be happy? I am happy. Because you are. Because you exist. You can choose to exist however you want to. And that's the gift. And so I came here to do this, right? So I wrote the book. And I'm going to spread the message, and I'm going to do it because I am that I am. That's what I can. Am I author? Am I a speaker? That was the question that birthed my entire existence. I said, the world looked like it needs somebody to come and say this. I said, am I? And you've been getting the same question. Am I? Am I the one that's going to lead? And I am, and you are, and he is, and she is. Any I am that can hear it, I am. Let he who has ears, I am. I am the way, the truth, and the I am. What is a lie what is a lie you told yourself to stay comfortable when you knew the truth demanded change? That I'm normal, that I'm average, that I'm regular, that I'm not special, that I'm not called, that I'm not one of God's chosen, right? That I don't have a purpose, that I don't have a mission, that I'm not here for more. That was the lie. That I'm not strong enough, that I'm not powerful enough, that I'm not known enough, that I'm ugly, that I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm not handsome enough, I'm not tall enough, my beard not full. All of it, right? The lie that I'm not perfect exactly the way that I'm made. A unique, a singular possibility of being made in my own unique way of being. Infinite fractal of the oneness of I am. Everything. Every singular possibility of being. It is an I am. I am. If it exists, it's a singular possibility of existence. Express. Every cell phone, a singular possibility of being, a possibility of cell phone. Every dog, when we are conscious, we are the living, breathing, conscious creation of the universe. I am that I am. If it's manifested, this is an invention, right? This is something new. In this space of existence, this thing is now taking up space because I invented it. That's God-like ability. A combination of things, right? Like I had to get, but it exists because I dreamed of this existing, like this book, exactly like I got it reformatted because it was too tall when I got it in the cover, and like it exists as a real tangible thing in the world because I created it. It started as an empty canvas on my computer, just a little blinking line of a possibility of existence. And I had an idea. I was like, ooh, I would want to write a book. And it was like, ooh, how would I do it? And I had a notepad. I swear, I'll move my notepad. I had a note. I am that I am. And then every time I sat down, I am that I am. I'm writing the fucking book. Write it. How would I write it? Well, if I was writing it, I would write it like this. And I was like, well, do it that way, Gavonne. And then I did. And then I looked at it after I was done it that way, and then I was like, I don't like that. I want to change it. And I was like, I am that I am. Oh yeah, it's me. I'm writing the book. Change it. Like you could change it right now. Just do it. And it's the same thing. And now it's here. It's a thing. Like I can hold it. It's taking up space. Right? Like it's taking up space. Take up space. That is the call. That is the message from space, from the creator, from the source. The message is for you as an I am to take up as much space. You have the same capacity as every galaxy being birthed, as every star, as every supernova, as every planet, as everything in the universe. You have within you the same capacity to become that big, that radiant, to take up that much space. And you compromising. I'm just human. I'm just this. I'm just normal. I'm not good enough. I'm not this. The call for this generation is to, as in your I am, not in your ego, not in your selfishness, but as in your infinite I am of being that which you feel called to be. Take up as much space. Plan to sell as many books. to impact as many people, to touch as many lives, to speak on as many stages, to sell as many drawings, to impact as many people, take up as much space. Infinite space of being. You gotta take it all up. Stop letting others crowd into your space. Stop letting others influence your I am space. I am that I am. And whatever's in the way of that will move through your own definiteness. Not in wanting to be, not in longing to be. In being now. In all that there is. There is no tomorrow. There is no yesterday. There's now. I am that I am. Indefiniteness. Indefiniteness. I am. I am. You acting like you all that. I am. You swear you the. I am. You be acting like you one of God's favorite. I am. This shit come from. I don't be frauding with y'all. I'm not like, there's a part of me that is receiving this message now with you. The only reason I do this shit is because at this time is when I feel like a vessel. It's flow state. Those moments where I'm not trying, I'm not thinking, I'm not trying to like, I got a whole presentation back here, I got a whole book and all that. When you allow yourself to be a vessel, when you just open up and just be honest about what it is that you feel called to do, feel called to be, and allow your thoughts to flow and your being to flow naturally. You are. And it's euphoria. You know what you feel called to do. You know what you want to do. Do it. Do it. I am that I am. On that. Shout out to my guys in here. On a side note, we're going to throw up a little flash sale for the book. Feel free to grab a copy for $9.99. All right, the next 20 minutes. I'm telling you, yeah, get this joint. You are the creator. You are. This is the reality of it is that like you can live inside your own I amness and be that, and to like whatever God. I want you to think about every figure in the Bible that you respect, if you read the Bible or Quran, whatever, every one of them was talking to themselves. Moses came down from Mount Sinai and was like, they asked him, he was like, Moses, who you was talking to? I am that I am. I'd have punched Moses in his fucking face. And then you was up there talking to yourself. Get this shit out my face. I'd have been the first one not listening to Moses. He'd have said, I am that I am. I'd have said, was you? You was up there talking to yourself? Doubting. Oh, ye of little faith. My dad named Thomas, and I've always thought it was ironic that Thomas was the lack of faith. I've always felt like I was like from that bloodline. I can sit here and I can say all this stuff to y'all. I can feel it, and I'll still doubt. I've seen my creator in everything that is the space of existence. Every atom is made up of 99.9% space. I know my creator. I can scientifically explain it that my space is the creator space of all existence. It is the space that exists for existence to exist. I've seen it. I've felt it. I've experienced it. I've tasted it. I've known it to be true, and I still will doubt. I will still fear. I will still hesitate. But anyway, I'll hop on a random live. I'll build a random website. I'm going to overcome whatever it is that's stopping me from trying or being that which I feel called to be. Noah had to build the ark. Moses had to, and they feel called to do it, and they did it. If you feel called to do something, if you're out of love, I want you to, because like there's sometimes when you might be feel called to do something out of fear, out of desperation, out of anger. When you feel called to do something out of love, there's no higher feeling to answer the call of being from within yourself. You see a need, you see something on the street, and you're like, yo, somebody should do something. You see a kid being hurt, somebody should do something. And that call within your heart, when you are able to answer your call yourself, I'm the person that's going to do something. Hey, stop that. Ooh, how you feel when you overcome yourself, when you overcome that doubt, with the opportunity to self-identify
when the world is looking for a hero and you decide to be the hero? Am I that which the world needs? And that's every hero's journey. It's the hero that decides. He self-identifies. He self-reflects. You see a need. You see a desperate need, a call for something, and you self-reflect upon within self. Am I the solution to that problem? Am I the one that's going to bring light to this issue? Am I the one that's going to do it this way? Am I the one that's going to blend these things together? And then you self-identify. I am intelligent enough to do this. I am talented enough. I do want to be that. And then you self-express. I am that. And you write and you do it and you put it out. Hey guys, I'm a writer now. I'm this, I'm that. Go check out my article. I am that I am. You self-fulfill. I've always wanted to be this, and now I'm finally doing it. I've always wanted to get a family. I've always wanted to. I am that I am. And it's through your own definiteness. It's all through your self-reflection, self-identification, self-expression, self-fulfillment. Salvation is selfish. Jesus told you, I am the way, the truth, and the light. No man can come through the Father but through me. Jesus told you. He spoke in parables. He was not talking about himself. I am. Salvation is selfish. Jesus' name in literal definition is I am salvation. Yeshua, I am salvation. Salvation is selfish. But salvation of self is how you save everyone else. You save yourself by becoming detached from everything that you think you are and becoming true to what you are. A singular possibility of existing, aware of your existence. No different from an infinite possibility to become in your existence, in your I amness. In this moment, you can be the vessel. When Moses parted the Red Sea, it was as an I am. We just call him Moses. When Jesus turned water to wine, it was as an I am. We just call him Jesus. It was in that present moment, their willingness to be a vessel for the great I am, to believe, and it is through their faith. It is through their faith that the I am that exists would even exist in them, that they were rewarded. They believed, they knew that the I am that was speaking inside of them was the I am that existed before everything. I am that I am. And that's it. And it is through your faith to believe that that I am is the same I am that is calling you to be more, to take up space, to be your full I am self, your full self, uniquely identified self, to live embodied by the possibility of being that which you know to be true. You talking about the I am the way, the truth, and the light? Don't start with me now. So I'm not the Bible thumper, but I got ChatGPT now to reference all of my scriptures. So I'll give you a couple rundowns of the scriptures that say this, where Jesus would use the word I am. I am the bread of the light, John 6:35, 41, 48, 51. I am the light of the world, John 8:12, 9:5. I am the door of the sheep, John 10:12, 9. I am the good shepherd, John 10:11, 14. I am the resurrection and the light, John 11:25. I am the way, the truth, and the life, John 14:6. I am the true vine, John 15:1, 5. What else we got? Before Abraham was, I am, John 8:58. When you have lifted up the Son of Man, then you will see that I am he, John 8:28. I am with you always to the end of age, Matthew 28:20. You're welcome. One of my biggest fears, right? So I'll be honest about this, right? I remember as a kid, my mom told me, she always was like, you gonna be a deacon one day? Right, like you gonna be like a pastor? And I was like, nah, bro. I spoke at my mom's funeral simply because she always said that to me. And so I felt the call to like actually speak at my mom's funeral. How I got here is because my mama died, my daddy died, and my brother died. My mama died, and mindset. I had to get my mindset right. My daddy died, I had to market my passion. My brother died, I had to manifest my purpose. But my mom died, and speaking at her funeral just is one of those like those kind of prophecy moments. I remember like, it's my mom's funeral, right? So I ain't, up until that point, I ain't never cried that hard in my life. Seeing that lady in that box, boy, shit, yeah. Seeing that lady in that box, damn, that was crazy. And but I remember going outside, having to get fresh air and coming back in. It was like, all right, I have to say something. Because she planted that seed of possibility to have a purpose, right? My mom almost aborted me. Like, she was on the table. I'm an emergency C-section baby. My mom was on crack when she was like giving birth. She had just come, she said, I just came from copping a dime bag, was on my way to get a 40, and I went into labor. Oh, thanks, Mom. Appreciate that. All right. Went through recovery, got clean, and gave me space to be. And speaking at her funeral, it was just that kind of culmination now, and sitting up here talking to y'all about like Jesus and saying I am, and feeling a connectedness to my creator. I feel like she laughing at, like I told you. And then conversely, right, my pop, he was like, yo, you should be a lawyer. You like to argue. I'm currently using these same arguments to battle against the United States government in terms of our sovereignty and what is due to us, and how what's my birthright from a scientific perspective, right? And so using that, and if you're interested in learning more about that, that's a whole nother thing, right? We can have those conversations, right? And then my brother gave me the call that I was always called to lead. My older brother, James, my dad's oldest boy, was the brother that always embraced the fact that his little brother might supersede him one day. But he didn't like run from it, right? Like he embraced the leadership. He was like, yo, you groomed for this, right? Like, we got the same parents, but they were somehow different. He grew up when they were like on crack. Like, he was around when they were crackheads. I was around when they was like recovering. So it was different. Like, the first couple years when I was a baby, they were like still getting high, but I got vague memories of that. He was like 8, 9. So he know when it was darker and it was different. By the time I start really coming to like remember stuff, shit was pretty good. Like, we was in the hood, we still lived in the same area. My pop got a CDL. My mom became like a secretary at this nice office. Like, we was middle class, bro. We had 2 cars. We went on family vacations. Like, everybody in the hood came to my house because we had big screens and computers and shit. So my upbringing and his upbringing was different. The other siblings kind of had envy. Like, they're like, oh man, finally got it easy, right? Like, it's still with him. And James would always just be like, yo, you groomed for this. Like, you're groomed for leadership. Because as we started getting older, I took on more responsibility with my parents. Like, when they both of them, and I say this proudly, I was there with both my parents when they died. My mom, I was the first person in the hospital, sadly, to see her. And in those moments before, like, I was visiting my mom and talking to her and building that relationship because she had been being sickly. And we were able to have conversations about what she meant to me and my commitment to her. Like, I was able to show my parents that the one that was able to experience their change, got it. I got it. I understand that, like, I became that. I was able to go to college, and I didn't go to jail, and I didn't experience those things that the other ones experienced because they had got it. They had made mistakes. They were young and got caught up, and they taught me things that I was getting older. I was able to show them that, and they gave me more of a leadership role, right? When it came time to sit at the family table, I'm the youngest, but I'm like, all right, this is what we doing. And it's 8 of us, so it's going to be some dissension, right? But James was always back in my play. All right, and because I had James, I had everybody. So when he died, this motherfucker died. Shit, James really died. That's crazy. But when he did, the greatest sacrifice. Through James dying, I was reminded that we all are not guaranteed every day. And watching my brother and like seeing him fucking lay there and digging a fucking hole in the dirt to grab my brother and to put him in was an experience. It was an experience of humility, of wonder, of just of life, of this gift of every fucking moment. You get it. You hear Like for all of the time, James spent most of his life, most of his time in jail. James was like, you know, that's my drug dealing brother. That's why I never sold drugs like as a drug dealer. That motherfucker been going to jail since we was like kids. Like I'm talking about 12. James been in and out the houses, right? Like he just started going. He just was always trying to get money. And then watching him finally get freedom and take advantage of it, he made the most of every day. Made the most of it. I've been home my entire life. I ain't never been to jail. I ain't go through half the shit that James went through, like from just the perspective and wasting my fucking time, complaining, afraid, like doing nothing. It's like everybody around me telling me I got all this potential to do shit. Like James telling me like, bro, if I was you, I would, him being mad, we was beefing. This is why it hurt, because we was beefing, because we had started a business together. And him being a hustler, he used to moving money a certain way. And I'm like, bro, we can't be doing that. And so we getting into shit and we clashing for the first time as brothers, because he used to seeing me as his little brother. Like, we never got into it. I got into it with everybody else. We got into it the first time. It was over business. It was over money. And we just wasn't like, he clearly wasn't fucking with me like that. And I'm like, all right, well, I ain't responding to you. He was at my house 2 weeks before his death for my daughter's prom. He was sitting on his car. I could still see him. He was off to the side. And I remember being so fucking sad because me and my brother were like strangers. And so I went over there and I talked and I was like, yo, all right, I'm gonna bring my equipment back down there. We're gonna get back rocking. Like, yo, we gotta like work. And the Thursday before he died, I talked to him. It was me, him, and my brother Thomas. Right, we got a couple brothers. It was like he was telling me about his daughter, Jashia. She downstairs. She had just been diagnosed with autism. I remember watching my brother and being so fucking proud because he was dealing with it so fucking great. Right, like North Philly dude, right? Like not educated, none of that. You know how like people are like, oh man, my baby. He was like, man, she's like, she gonna dominate like Special Olympics. Like he making plans. Like he like, bro, she gonna be all right. And one thing, he's on the phone, we talking, and he telling me about her. He like, bro, she be knowing. It's like he just kept saying that, like, bro, she be knowing. Since James died, I've been spending time with Jashia. Like she downstairs now with my kids, and I get her right. Like I'm intentional about spending time with her. That's my little buddy. And every time I see her, I just think of James. She be knowing. Jashia is the reminder to live life, to live now, and it's the same reminder of burying my fucking brother. And I'm sitting there and I'm pouring the dirt on his body. I'm crying, and it's like, if you don't fucking do what you supposed to do, none of this crying shit mean nothing. If you don't show up for the little girl, if you don't fucking become that version of you, it don't mean shit. You just crying. You here, nigga. You alive. If James was here, if James was alive, he would live, and you get this fucking gift, and you playing with it, Bonnie. You got all this talent, all these skills, all these abilities, but you fucking scared. My page, go look. Go look back at my videos. It started around like June, right? My brother died May 28th. Around like June, July, I'm like, fuck it. I'm dumping, and I'm gonna do it. And I gotta see, I gotta know, cause to die one day, and then when I do, I don't want to do it upset. I don't want to do it unfulfilled. If I die on a random fucking Tuesday, I remember standing there looking at James. You going to die on a fucking Tuesday? James! Fucking Tuesday. It was a random fucking Tuesday. Just a random Tuesday, bro. May 20th. It's just a Tuesday. This shit ain't guaranteed, bro. So if I die on a random fucking Tuesday, a random Saturday, a random Sunday, I was doing that to what I feel called to do. If my bell get rung and the creator calling me back, I want to show up like I was in the middle of talking. No, you told me that you wanted me to go down there and tell people stuff. That's what I was doing. I wasn't sitting at home playing the game. I wasn't sitting at home scrolling. I wasn't sitting at home stressing. I was actually trying to do that what you felt called to do. You told me that it was a book that I was supposed to write. I wrote the fucking book. And like they wasn't reading it, so I had to market it. I had to figure out. So I started going live. We good? Listen, I just wanted to make sure that I appreciated the gift. I like all the little lessons and stuff. Like my mom, when you took her, that was kind of, I was like, oh, you're not even playing fair, my guy. But then to take my dad right after that, you really got my attention. I thought we was cool. I thought I had got it. Cause I started speaking more. I was still doing the stuff. But then when you took James, I was like, oh, you mean business? You want me to do that. You want me to do what you telling me to do, not what I want to do. You want me to speak, and you want me to include. You want me to make sure that, like, when people say Jesus, I don't run from it, and I tell them, like, no, you want me to do it. And then when, like, I got it. When you took James, I got it. I was like, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry, my bad. I'm tripping. Nobody else. I'm cool. I'm good. You said it, like, I get why you say it come in threes. I get it, because, like, by the third one, you get it. I get it now. I get it. I'm not playing with you no more. I'm going to do it. I'm going to show up. I'm going to say yes. All right? I'm going to say yes to the call. I'm going to say yes to the mission. I'm going to say yes to the identity. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to fully say yes to being that which I feel called to do. I'm going to say yes. And on them days, sure, on those days when I'm building the ark and it's not even fucking raining and my neighbor's looking at me, I'm gonna keep building, right? On those days when I'm fasting or when I'm giving up and I'm sacrificing and people saying, yo, you look crazy for doing that, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to show up. And that's the call. You're getting the same call to take up space, to take up your space that you feel called to take up, to be that version of you, to be that disciple, to be that messenger, to be that voice. Christ isn't coming back until we could. Listen, this is my theory. Christ is on the other side, waiting. He like, yo, last time I was down there, my best man turned his back on me, like in my face. I ain't coming back down there till somebody else get what I was trying to teach. Until I got like a legion of willing vessels that's gonna be down with me, because they know that, like, if they do die, they can come back. I ain't going down there. And he down here looking at me. My man Gio, he gonna ride. I'm riding with him. I've been telling JC my whole life, bro. I'm a ride. Big bro, like, yo, bro, I got you. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna get him right. I'm gonna get him right. I'm gonna rock with you, and then we gonna do our thing. So big bro came down. He was first. He gave us the way. He said, I am the way. It's like, focus on I am. Focus on I am. Anybody that would say I'm blasphemous, I've come through this through my affiliation through Christ. It is through my commitment. Jesus. I call Jesus big bro, though. Because he said that, like, we are brothers and sisters in Christ. I mean, in the Father. Like, we're, heirs to the Father. Like, if I'm an heir, you're an heir. So, like, I'm like, oh, well, then we brothers. From that relationship, right? From that, like, we brothers relationship, feeling called to pursue that Christ-likeness. And that's to detach from form. That's to detach from my identity, to detach from what I'm doing. I do got to pause real fast. Give me a second, guys. All right, so you said Christ never existed in a human form. That's debatable. The Christ story is a story that has been told over multiple generations. If you're going to say that you believe in the Christ spirit, the Christ entity, like, the whole spinal fluid thing, then you would say that Christ exists in human form inside of everyone, right? And so that where we talk about Jesus would be a singular representation of that embodiment of Christ. So, okay, I don't want to get into the argument about Jesus existing. I think that will take us somewhere else. I will. The entire part of the Bible is parables, allegories. Christ and the spirit and the essence of his teachings have taught me about my own I amness and my ability to connect to the divinity through detaching from my form, from my identity, from my existence as a human being and being that which I truly am, which is a being that exists, an I am. All right, and through that detachment from form, and in the present moment, you have access and ability to infinite possibilities and faith. So I want you to imagine, like, mythology, same thing, but it's teachings, right? But then, like, I want you to imagine Christ and his faith, right? Like, in your faith of being, right? Like walking on water, it's you have to be I am. It's all through I am. That's all there is. And so it is through your I am that you are the creator. It is through your I am that you become one with the creative source. And when you are completely present, not trying to predict outcomes, not trying to make things turn out a certain way, you can be a vessel for the creative force that exists infinitely inside everything. In this present moment, there's access to the infinite vast universe of information, of being. But it's through detachment. It is not through your forcing. It is through your being present, right? And being definite that is who you are. If you are definite in your own I amness, in this moment, you are the creator and manifester of your life. We can all create miracles, right? Through I am. We're saying the same thing. If you haven't already, hit the follow button, right? I would love to. I'm going to come back a little bit later. If you want, we can have a little chat. I'm sitting down. Hey, yo, Reese. That's my guy. Reese, man, I love to shout people out on here. Shout out to my man, Reese Elliott, if you don't follow him. Well, let me finish my shout out for Reese, and then I got you there, all right? Reese Elliott, man, one of those people that, there are so many people that on these platforms that be, every day they just wake up and they giving you positive messages, right? And we don't all have the biggest followings, but every day, if you just like feeling horrible and you see a Reese Elliott post, it's going to be positive and motivational. It's going to be something that like, that relates to something that you can do right now, practical, right? And it'd be stuff like that that we'll miss. We'll skip that because somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's always infused with this like practical gem today. What can you do today to impact your life? No, we do, bro. We do. So yeah, brothers, I want to give you your flowers, right? Just that continual exchange of on those days where I'm like, man, I don't feel like posting. I don't feel like doing this. I hop on. My man, he like hopping out there. He'll have his joint in the car. You know what I'm saying? And then to see the improvement too, bro. I want to give you that. To see the improvement of your content, right? To see you continually doing different things. And like when we all in this space, you know what I'm saying? We know it takes you're doing what it takes to get your message to the right people, bro. So I appreciate that. I just wanted to give you those flowers. And that's it. My man Dayron, no, we do need to synchronize. Shout out to my man Dayron too. Dayron is building some very interesting stuff in terms of just rights, right? So we have conversations about private and public and how to protect yourself in this world. The world is changing. It's going digital in a way that we've never seen before. The intellectual properties and rights that come along with the old practices, like writing, like the moment I write this, it's done. Like it's copywritten, like it's mine, right? I can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing about that. Like I wrote it, right? But with the internet stuff is a lot more complicated. And what Dayron is working on is creating those infrastructures to make sure that people are protected. So that's something that we definitely gotta get more into, right? And support, right? Building not only just a infrastructure for people to know about that stuff, but to actually be protected. There are some systems that need to be in place and ways to work. No, real shit. Yeah. But yes, I'm about to get ready to go, y'all. If you haven't already, hit the follow button. More expedient, expansive way. Yes. So to write the book in a faster way, I use AI as kind of my transcriber. So what allowed me to write the book fairly quickly was that you speak about 120 words per minute, something like that. Whereas you might write a certain amount of words per minute. I talked to my chat to give me the prompts for like the type of questions and the conversation that I wanted to produce a chapter, right? So let's say like if I wanted the chapter to be about a certain topic and I wanted to touch on certain topics, I would get the prompts from the AI and then I just would record myself talking it all out. And I record like maybe like this book would be like 300 pages long if it was the full like transcribed version. So I just transcribed it and then had it condense it down to a format that I felt was like more digestible, right? It's conversational tone, so it's fragmented like sentences. You're gonna see a bunch of like fragmented sentences, but it's more so I intentionally wanted it to be conversational. Yeah, so I say use AI as a tool, right? Like all of the words, all of the ideas, all the concepts in the book are mine. It's just more so in a expedient way, right? Instead of trying to sit there and type out the book, I just talked it out. It's just like as a speaker, right? There's a structure that you would have to have for your speech. So if I treated every chapter as just a speech, and then I did that speech, and then had it edited down. You know what I'm saying? Like we went through the process of like, all right, it would give me feedback like, all right, that's kind of long. This is so and so forth, and I'm like, all right, well, this is the structure I want. These are sentences, and then going through that. And then once I was able to get through a flow, it just kind of. I started getting into it. This was able to come to fruition. It was dope, bro. I wrote this book in probably, I finished the book in probably like 45 days.
And it was a combination of like transcribing the book, using AI to help me like condense it down, and then just going through the process of fine tuning. But you already know what you want to say. You just like the definiteness that you would have to. So my book is based on a new creation theory that I produced. If you want, you can go to my website right now. It's called Cryonics Theory. It's based off of my theory that the space to exist is the creative source of all existence. So I have some axioms and some science that says that thought and desire are the primal creation forces in existence. They exist as MI, as the potential to exist in space. MI is desire and thought. M is desire. I is the thinking self that exists as electricity and magnetism in our physical manifested world. And so I use that science to say that all things, including you, are a manifestation or the process of becoming, which is through MI, I am that, I am that I am, and then I am MI. And so that you as an I am are just a singular possibility of existence that is aware of your own existence in space. And you can self-define and self-manifest experiences through your own self-definition. So through definite possibility and definite desire, you as an I am can express physical manifested experiences. And that everything in the physical world, everything in existence is a manifestation of the I am energy in a particular expressed form. So I am that, all right, I am that. And it's not conscious because it's not a that I am. It's fully expressed, fully identified. And so everything that's expressed in this definite form is that, and then we are the living, breathing, physical manifestation, right? Like we are the evolving consciousness. And so that's the book. And yeah, that's all in there. It's also, so if you aren't familiar, Joseph Campbell, who wrote The Hero with 1,000 Faces, the talk about the hero journey. I created a parallel of the hero's journey, which is the creator journey, which is basically the first person perspective of that hero's journey, right? With the hero, we see he go on this journey, he battling demons, he fighting dragons and doing all these different things. Well, the creator, you battle internal journeys, right? You battle yourself, you overcome yourself, you keep persisting, you keep becoming. Existing thought first, yes. So everything is so space is the field of possibility and desire, right? It's that infinite space where thought is unformed and desire is unexpressed. So in my theory, there is no evil, there is no darkness, there's just unaware and unexpressed. And the suffering, the evil that we know is just a result of unexpressed, unaware, right? So like evil can come from an unaware possibility. Somebody might do something because they don't notice the possibility not to do that. And then there's an unexpressed desire. Somebody might do something because they're being told that they can't do that which they really want to do. And so if we can start to realize that the suffering that we know is separation, we can start to ease a lot of that suffering that we experience in this world. But again, I say it, man, if you haven't already, please hit the follow button. Rock out with me. Ashley Marie, I want to give you a shout out. I think I saw that you purchased the book earlier. I was over here yapping my mouth, but I definitely want to give you a shout out for that. If that's correct, thank you so much for your purchase. You contribute to my daughter's tuition. Thank you guys. Y'all have a good one, man. Sky, you was asking some questions. I'm hit this follow button, bro. Maybe we can have some conversations. I love to see what your perspective is. And yep, that's it. Thank you. Final message. You are the creator. You are the creator of your life when you are definite in your own I am. When you are being in this moment as the version of you that you know that you can be, fully expressed, fully identified, not trying to externalize the validation or the gratification, but being identified as that version, as that you know that you are, infinite, vast, and abundant, you are the creator of your life. That's it. Let's get it!